Hello, Carol. I'm glad you made it. It's good to see that the puppies allowed you to come by. That's funny. Puppies. Now, did you say it's one or two? Two puppies. It's just the one that you sent the photo of. Adorable. Elsie, hello. I think it's getting out of control. One. Okay. Yeah, they are. They can be a handful. Oh, that's the great thing about cats, right? Um, I've never had a kitten, but uh, right. I never had a kitten, but just cats in general are just for me. I don't have the energy for dogs. Um, Once I got these cats that I have now, they've just kind of turned me. I've become a huge cat person, which I never thought when, growing up, I was like, yeah, dogs, cats are boring. They don't do anything. They never want your attention. But as I've gotten older, I've realized, yeah, that's not a negative. That's awesome. You can leave whenever you want. You don't have to worry about them. You don't have to take them outside. You know, just perfect. Yes, Elsie, that's funny. My dad, funny that you say that. My dad um, has like I hate to say authentic because how authentic is it, but Santa suit. And he used to play Santa for children. He belonged to the Rotary. Um, and so he would do events and stuff. And even when we were little, he would show up at friends' houses that we'd all be at, with the family and for Christmas parties and whatnot. And he would be Santa Claus and all that stuff. And he looked just like him. Um, and he's got the like a real, again, authentic. How authentic is it? Right? But it's not a cheap suit, Santa suit. It's real fur. Um, the material used on the Santa suit. Well, anyway, long story short, I now own, after my dad passed, I now own that Santa suit. And at some point, I think once I have grandchildren, I may take up the mantle as the Santa. And you're right. If I Problem is that I can't grow a full beard. Um, but it's certainly the right color now. That's for sure. But he's got a beard that goes with it, and I don't think it's real hair, but uh, he looked good. And my dad was a lot taller than me, so I look more like an elf than he ever did. And I'm certainly got the bowl full jelly thing going. So yeah, just cats are great. I think I would make a great Santa when that day comes, and it will come. I will. It's in that closet right there, hanging up. So one day, I mean, the full gear is ready. In fact, well, we don't have any Christmas stuff up, but we have a picture of my dad with my children, which is one of the most awesome photos that I have. I mean, it's just really cool. Hello, Anon 1970. Uh, Curious to know what that means. Is Anon, am I saying it right? You'll have to help me. Why wait? Um, uh, don't really have a use for it. I guess that's why I'm waiting. It's not like we have all our friends, kids are grown. They're in college or, like mine in high school. So I'm now waiting on grandchildren, really, essentially. Am I ready for Thursday? Yes. Hi, Catherine. Daniel, thank you for coming. Um, yeah, I always love Thanksgiving. Mm, it's the one, ironically enough, it's the one time a year that I eat turkey. We don't make turkey dinners at any point during the year. Um, which is the same thing for like Christmas dinner. We usually eat ham, and it's the one time a year I eat ham. And every time we eat it, we go, "Gosh, why don't we make this, you know, at other points during the year? Because it's so good." But the Thanksgiving dinner is always special. You get to hang out with family. You've got football on TV. Um, Most of the time, it's you're seeing family you haven't seen in a long time, and in some cases, that's the only time you ever see them is during Thanksgiving. Um, Now that my dad had passed, my mom has sold the family home. Our Thanksgivings aren't. This is going to be new because this will be the first year because she just sold the family home earlier this year. So this will be the first year not in that house. I just now thought of that. That has just now dawned on me. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be different and kind of sad in a way. I grew up in that house. It's the only house I've ever known, really, until I got mine here. Um, that just made me kind of sad. Yeah. No, that's going to be interesting. We're having it at my sister's house, which is going to be great. It's going to be great, but um, I'm looking forward to we're hosting a cocktail party on Wednesday, the night before. It's kind of a new tradition we've started. We as a family that we do like a cocktail party the night before, and we have like signature cocktails and kind of like a theme. And it's just I don't know, just another excuse to get everyone together. Um, this year, my wife Jen, she's in charge of it. We're having it at our house. My eyebrows are nutty. Um, and this year's theme, we're doing the Rat Pack. So Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, so on. And they each have their own signature drink, apparently. And uh, so you can certainly come dressed for the occasion, I guess. So, whether it's a suit or, whatever. And no, there's no dress code per se, but, you know, it's a Rat Pack theme. So it's all there. So there's like a margarita. Apparently, Sammy Davis Jr. and actually most of them really enjoy margaritas. So we're having margaritas. Of course, we're having martinis, and I think there's a uh, oh, what was trying to think what Manhattan. I think we're having there's a Manhattan in there. A Joey Bishop. I think that was his drink. Anyway, should be fun. It'll be like I said, it's not like a big deal. It's just another kids are home for the holidays from college, and so where it's just another reason to get together. So yeah, Carol, Thursday is our Thanksgiving. Yes, anonymous, anon. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Matt Spurs, thank you for coming. Yeah, I'm really interested, Daniel, to follow up on you. I'm really interested to try the Sunday roast. Now, of course, when I come to visit, I definitely would like to have a traditional Sunday roast. But I'm also curious of maybe trying to make something. Hi, JJ. Thank you for coming. Bloody Mary. That's not on the list of cocktails. But here's the thing. We're going to have enough booze. You could make whatever you want. So come on over. All of you, of course, are welcome to come over on Wednesday for our cocktail party. um, so uh, the Sunday roast, I was thinking maybe trying to make it. I don't know if it's difficult. If it takes a long time, it's probably never going to happen because I just don't have the cooking skill, two, the patience. Um, but maybe I can find like a traditional Sunday roast somewhere that we can go order. I don't know. Is there a way to maybe like order it and then just heat it up? That's maybe something to think about. I don't know. Deep fry a lamb. Uh, I've tried lamb, not a fan. Now, of course, deep frying it may change that opinion, but just lamb, just there's something about it that doesn't agree with me at all. I'm not sure what it is, but it's just generally not really. I see here, and here's the thing: I never grew up. My parents never had that as an option to eat growing up, so I never really got accustomed to it. Mhm. Mint sauce. Oh, Carol. Yeah, well, we'll understand, Carol, if you have to dart out. In the meantime, get those like oven mitts on. That way it'll keep your hands from getting chewed up. Mint sauce. I don't know if I've ever even had mint sauce, JJ, to be honest with you. Um, I'm when it comes to I mean, I'll try it. I'll try anything. So if it's meat and potatoes, then I'm totally game. Daniel, always coming in with facts. Um, I did not know that. I did not know it was a Dutch celebration, or if I have heard it, I don't remember that. Um, hmm. Well, let's be honest. The Thanksgiving celebrations that everyone has been something that has been evolved over time, and it's different. Not everybody eats turkey. Um, some people have other traditions where they eat, you know, casserole or whatever, lamb, maybe. I remember one time I was living in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We'd moved there, me and this buddy of mine, we'd moved there to open up this was back in the 90s, um, a cappuccino cart. Like it was before Starbucks became huge. And we opened up like in a mall, shopping mall. We were selling cappuccinos, coffee. And of course, me and this guy, we were, of course, living in Tennessee without family, and it was Thanksgiving time. And we'd made friends with somebody. I can't remember how, but he invited us to his house. And his family lived in Georgia, like out in the sticks. And it was about a 2 hour drive from where we were in Chattanooga. And they didn't have turkey. They served gizzard. Um, they had wild boar, pig, essentially. Um, real southern fare. Nothing like no mashed potatoes, no stuffing. Well, they had a variation of the stuffing, but my point is it's everybody's Thanksgiving is so different, and it's evolved so much from that. Can we even say it's the same of what it was from the Pilgrims? No, obviously it's not the same. But interesting though, interesting fact there. I did not know that. Well, thank you to the Dutch. Thursday's a holiday, so and then of course everybody takes Friday off. So I only have a couple days to work this week, which is awesome. Gizzard, yes. Um, it's the neck of a bird, and so I say that because they said they didn't have turkey, but I think they must have had some sort of bird. And I can't really remember because this is like 20 some odd years ago. But yeah, the gizzard is basically the neck area. Yeah, it sounds and tastes about as good as it sounds, I should say. Yeah, it's giblets. Yeah, they had those as well. It was giblets and gizzards is what they called it. So I just assumed it was the same thing. Either way, not for me. Whatever it's called. But yeah, they called it gizzard, but they had giblets as well. Yeah, just yeah. I don't think, man. I think, yeah, well, and when you say it like that, it is crazy. I just didn't like the taste. I didn't like the taste of it. Goose was the favorite bird eaten. Somehow we got the American turkey birds from the Mediterranean, strangely, hence the name. Hmm. Well, Carol, just to backtrack on your puppy chewing the oven mitts, um, I would then suggest uh, wrapping your hands, then using the two oven mitts. Puppies, puppies, puppies. What are you going to do? Um, Fascinated as to why mac and cheese is considered a very good side dish for an occasion meal. Because it's awesome. I love mac and cheese. Um, in fact, my son Cooper is making mac and cheese for Thanksgiving. That is, we all bring uh, a dish, and that's the one he's bringing. So, and the funny thing is, no matter what, it'll get eaten. My wife makes twice baked potatoes. I think that's what they're called. Anyway, they're baked potatoes. Then, um, you scoop it out after you bake it or something, and then you make it into mashed potatoes, and then you put the mashed potatoes back into the potato skin somehow. They are a most amazing thing ever. Twice baked potatoes, I think is what they call it, and it's awesome. Oh, um, Daniel, they would eat that stuff. Like I said, this is the deep South, and I I didn't. It was on the table to eat because I passed it. It was right next to the wild boar that I think they had just shot earlier that day. It was interesting. Um, Green beans, of course, green beans is a big side dish in the South. Yes, that's what I was trying to think, Carol. Like the falconers use those big old leather. Yeah, that should solve your problem. Well, or welding gloves. There you go. Yes. Now, Daniel, I could be totally wrong. I This was over 20 some odd years ago, so I don't know exactly um, every detail, but it was a very interesting being a kid from California, where and growing up a very traditional Thanksgiving dinner was turkey, mashed potatoes, peas, rolls, and salad, stuffing. Get cranberry sauce, of course, um, which I'm not a fan of either. Um, so over time, other dishes have been added, like the twice baked potatoes, um, which is essentially mashed potatoes, just still in the baked potato skin, and and then there's like cheese put on top, and then it's baked again. That's where the twice baked part comes in, and then which are amazing, absolutely amazing. The mashed potatoes made, of course, is you. have tons of butter. It's sour cream. Um, just it's massively fattening, but it's so good. So good. Hey Andy, thanks for coming, buddy. From Yorkshire. Whoop whoop. Yes. But the thing about Thanksgiving, that's the best part of Thanksgiving to me, is the next day is officially the start of Christmas for me. That's when I do the lights, the decorating, I get out the tree. Yes, we have a lighted fake tree. Um, and I start decorating the outside of the house with the lights and so on. So it's officially the start of the Christmas season, even though it gets earlier and earlier every year. It seems like, I mean, they were having the, the Christmas stuff in stores like 3 weeks ago, like before Halloween. So, yes, they are amazing. Elsie, that's and they're put back into the oven so the cheese is just melted and they bake them. Oh, easily eat three of them easily. My cats are not climbers. They never we never had a problem with the cats climbing into the tree. They like to sit under it, and if you have any like ornaments that are down low, of course well, I say they, I only mean Leo. Leo will, swat it off the tree, but so you can't put any really down low. But they love, we put a tree skirt around it to hide the stand, and they love to just run and slide on it, and it, gets all messed up. So that's kind of like their thing to do. But, um, and it's like that until you get presents starting to build up underneath. Then they don't have room to do that. But that is their fun. I think they were never big climbers, um, getting up and stuff. And Leo only having 3 legs, he um, he can jump up on things, not a problem. But it's climbing is something a little difficult for him to do. Brussels sprouts are a tradition. Everybody buys them. Very few enjoy them. It's so true. So true. Um, hmm, yeah. Brussels sprouts. Yeah, I probably would need them too. That's kind of like, uh, there are, you'll put cranberry sauce, or even the stuffing. Um, and a lot of people will kind of just walk right by it. But my dad was a big cranberry and stuffing guy. And I think that's the only reason we had it out is because I think he was the only one who actually ate it. But it's hilarious. It is a tradition, and it's always nobody eats it. Uh, it's funny. Well, I think it's an acquired taste, Carol, for sure. Um, I don't. I'll eat them, but I don't certainly crave them or look forward to them when I think of Thanksgiving. We usually just serve the food that we like, so we'll have asparagus. Um, Trying to think what other vegetables we don't do. Broccoli. We don't do cauliflower. Of course, we'll do peas if you can consider that a vegetable. Um, Green beans on occasion, depending on who's making it. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like you get into a family, and over time, you just have your own kind of spin on the fare. Of course, the turkey's always there, and the mashed potatoes is always there, no matter what. Trees, etc., are already in shop. Yeah, it is crazy. Like I said, they were before. Like if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, which are the home improvement warehouses, and they sell trees and all the decorations that you could think of. They were up before Halloween. So like mid-October at least, they already had all that stuff going up. They might as well just leave them up all year round. I'm sure people will buy it. Yeah, he'll usually likes to eat or chew on the plants for sure. We used to hang chocolate nowadays on a tree until the year the dog. Uh, you put chocolate on your tree, and the dog took the tree down trying to get to the chocolate. That's funny. Again, dogs. JJ, remind me what, or anybody, remind me what bubble and squeak is again, please. Yeah, telling you, dogs. If we had a dog here, that'd be. It's just you have to like dog proof your house. It's crazy. We're saving a few to try. Love Bubble and Squeak too. And what is Bubble and Squeak? Somebody. I've heard of it, but I can't remember what it is. So someone needs to help me out there, please. I'm going to take this time to talk about the month of December. Like I mentioned in a previous video, um, I have my mother-in-law coming, and my son has decided to come down from Sacramento, and he's going to stay with us for a whole month. So he's going to be right over there on the couch, and my mother-in-law will have his old room, which is now Jennifer's office, but there's still a bed in there, so she stays in there. So with him sleeping on the couch, um, it's hard to do the videos because I do these early in the morning. So videos are going to be a little far and few. I'm going to try to record some beforehand. That way I can, uh, play them later in the month. But I'm also going to try to do videos outside of the house. So that I'll have to experiment how to do that. And maybe we'll just, of course, I'm going to film when we go see lights and other Christmas stuff. I'll probably film those, and I can put those up just to kind of give you what the Christmas experience uh, is around here. And so just heads up on the month of December. And if I have time, of course, I will definitely, because I want to see more Christmas market videos. Oh, I love those. Absolutely love those. I wish we had, well, in 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, but yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday, Saturday. So Saturday the 7th, December 7th. My birthday is December 6th, the Friday. Every year for my birthday, we do what's called the Wine Walk here in Ventura, and that's the whole downtown is just packed with people, and they you can pay a fee and you eat, shop, and store, and all downtown are handing out wine. You get a glass and they pour wine in, and you get to try a bunch of different wines. Well, we used to do that where you pay a ticket to get all the wine. Well, we don't really do that anymore, but we still go down there and do our own kind of like pub crawl, if you will. Expected to have a really good group this year, and so I'll probably. I definitely would like to film down there to just kind of show you. I think I did it last year. I filmed a little bit, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Bubble and Squeak is leftover veggies from the Sunday roast fried up the next day. Okay. Yeah, all right. I could see um the appeal in that for sure. Is it just the veggies, or do you put it with the roast as well? Leftover meat. So lime green mush and yeah, uh it's always an experience that we take from our childhood on the foods that we eat now, unless, somehow I don't know about you, but sometimes like when I was a kid, I used to eat artichokes all the time. My mom would always have artichokes, and for whatever reason, I loved them. Now I can't even stand to look at them. It's the weirdest thing. You fry up leftover veggies and potato. Oh, and potatoes. Yeah, nice. Okay, letting it crisp a bit. Good for bread. Yes. Okay, I can see the appeal in that. Absolutely. Cheese and bacon. We've never put bacon on there, but yeah, I can see we have like potato skins with cheese and bacon. Um, this would also be good with bacon. Absolutely. Any, let's be honest though, anything is good with bacon. Just the veggies. Okay. I will add meat. I'll tell you that right now for sure. Yeah, there's something about sprouts. I mean, I'll eat them, but if it's an option, I probably won't. Let's see. Though I imagine it's probably really good the day after when you fry them up for sure. Everything's great fried up. I mean, in the South, speaking of the South again, they fry everything. I mean, you can order it not fried, but pretty much everything you could think of is fried or at some point has been fried. All the way from the obvious stuff to Oreos and bananas and Twinkies. I mean, they'll fry anything down there. How anybody is still living and doesn't have heart disease down there, it takes a lot of discipline. Melt some butter in a pan, add onion, garlic, okay, add mashed pots, Brussels, even carrots, yum, love carrots, fry until golden brown. Serve with a little bacon and anything you want. Okay. Yeah, I can totally see the appeal with what was it called? Bubble and Squeak. I wonder what the story is with that name. Why it's called Bubble and Squeak. Lying on the yes, listening with my dog, lying full length. Used to be cabbage. Cabbage. That's there are some vegetables like spinach. Like I don't mind eating leafy spinach, raw, uncooked, leafy spinach. It's like lettuce. Same with cabbage. But you start cooking it and putting it, ugh, to me that then I'm like a hard no. Oh, a squeaking noise when it's fried. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I didn't. I wanted to get the actual truth to that. But yeah, all right, makes sense. Best veg for Bubble and Squeak is cabbage, carrot, and swede, and Spud's mushy peas if there were any left over. Yes, Twinkies until die hard. Yes, it is a Christmas movie. Don't let anybody tell you different. Um, yeah, Twinkies are it's an iconic classic. But you don't see them around too much. I mean, they're there, um, but you don't see them around. You have to look for them. Them and ding dongs. Those were Twinkies and ding dongs were a staple in my house growing up. I prefer the ding dongs. That's funny. This is a very food centric chat going on right here. I love it. Starting to get hungry. Yes, planes, trains. Uh, uh, yeah, great movie and so sad at the end. Yeah. uh, Elsie says Twinkies and cockroaches is the only things that survive a nuclear attack. That's, I think, true. Twinkies, they put so much stuff in them that they don't go bad. I still wouldn't want to eat one, but still. Well, apparently, if you haven't heard, they, there's going to be a shakeup to our food. So we're going to see if Twinkies survive. They survive the cut. I can't imagine they would. I am all for making our food better and not. I mean, they RFK always talks about how we're like the only country that puts all this crap in it in our food. And it's just I agree. And so the great John Candy. Yeah. Canadian. The great Canadian John Candy. He was hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be it's like hey, but I mean, you gotta shake it up to get anything done. You can't just problem is it's gonna be interesting to see because the food lobby and the food industry, very powerful. And the people who want and demand sugar in things, they have a lot of money behind them, and it's going to be tough to. So it'll be interesting to see what pushbacks he gets, and but I'm all for it because it's just poison, really. Yeah, and it may taste weird at first. We'll get used to it, and it's really not for us. It's for the next generation anyway. So if you start them with healthier foods, you're not gonna, battle, you know, diabetes and heart disease, and you get all those chronic illnesses and stuff like that out. It's I don't see why we can't do that. Again, not for us established adults. It's for the next generation of children and Americans to start eating healthier foods. Twinkies, yeah. Yeah, it's not a very complimentary euphemism, but I can see it. My favorite Twinkie is a what's called a chocodile, which is a play on words. Crocodile, chocodile. It's a Twinkie, but it's covered in chocolate. It's good. Tastes tastes you know uh, the chocolate's not great, but still good. How do you get my initials in the message, Carol? I don't know. Yeah, yeah. We put sugar in everything. I'm telling you, the sugar lobby, those sugar lobbyists, they are very powerful. And like, for instance, and the funny thing is, Canada, uh, they they're they don't have all the crap put in their foods, and they put and just they use the Fruit Loops, the cereal Fruit Loops, as an example. Just one of many, many, many examples is the dye that they add to the Fruit Loops here in the States to make them the bright colors. Whereas in the Fruit Loops sold across the border, really, they don't look as appealing because they're not bright and colorful, but they taste similar, but it's just all this added stuff that we don't need. Obviously, you guys tell me about tell me about it all the time and how our food is essentially, you know, poisoning us with all the crap they put in there. It's true. So I'm all for it. Yeah, that's that's the whole Fruit Loop thing. So it may not look appealing, but if it's better for you, it's like I said, it's not for us. And this is something that can't happen overnight. It's for the new generation of children growing up, getting them accustomed to a new thing. I think is the main goal here. Yeah, the preservatives. Exactly, Daniel. It's not just a sugar. It's all kinds of stuff. That's why it's just gonna. It's a massive undertaking that they're gonna try to do here. So it'll be interesting to see how and if it can happen, I guess. You wonder, people question why are Americans, have an obesity problem? Well, there you go. Real cheese. Yeah. Are you saying American cheese isn't real cheese? Exactly. That's why it tastes so good. The McDonald's fries. That's why it tastes so good. For sure. Has spoiled the taste of many products. Yeah. Speaking of which, yeah, Gatorade. do we do we need to read the ingredients here? No, I don't even want to know. This is uh, just a thirst quencher. That's all I want to know. I don't want to. I don't want to read anything. That's going to turn me away from wanting to finish that. It's funny, but I'm also going to wash it down with my coffee. So, anybody have any plans for Christmas? Like the holiday season? Anybody going anywhere special? Um, I already told you what we have going on here. The U.S. manufacturer's excuse is the distance covered and bulk needs over a large country. That may have been at the time, but I would imagine, you know, more modern methods can overcome that. Yes, I don't know. They're gonna fight it tooth and nail, obviously, because at the end of the day, it makes them a lot of money. Yeah, fake strawberries. That's true. In the cereal as well. Yeah, they color pieces of dried apple. Hmm, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Nice. Elsie, love it. Had a nice meal out at a country pub last year, but it depends on conditions, etc. At the time. Yes, the dollar is the great driver. Yes, it is. It's sad. It really is. It's same thing with our pharmaceutical industry, which is also needing an overhaul, and which is also on the table to. I mean, oh, Sean, buddy, you don't even need to come in here if you're not feeling well. I'm so sorry to hear this. Get some rest. Thank you for saying hi, but yeah, if you're not well, don't don't feel you have to. I appreciate it, and you're a valuable member of our family here. So get better, my friend. Don't type so loud, Carol. No plans for Christmas this year, my daughters. Oh, I'm sorry. Good. Well, you know what? It's going to be staying home. There's nothing wrong with that, and I pray that your daughter um, gets better. Of course. Yes. Stay home, eat, watch TV, watch some great movies. Absolutely. Yeah, it's tough seeing your children not well, and you feel like you wish you could do more. It's tough. So absolutely, JJ, my thoughts and will be with you. Daniel, that's not true. You could do it. It's just it would cost you a bunch. You would be broke. That's yeah, that like I said, that obviously needs an overhaul too. And you know, will it ever change? I don't know. Again, there's a big lobby people, organizations that make a lot of money from this. So I don't know. So, how are you going to change something for 380 million people? Stuff, stuff. Yeah, you're lucky you have the NHS, especially for stuff like that. Absolutely. Yes, and JJ, exactly. Good luck with all the tests. Hope they go well. Okay, Christmas movie list. Here you go. Trying to guess what would be on Great Escape, Wizard of Oz, Die Hard, of course, James Bond film or two. We those are not traditional Christmas movies, of course, but if they're on your list, Elsie, then you make them your Christmas list, right? You make them a traditional thing that you'll watch every year. Of course, we watch um, Christmas Story. I think is probably my favorite Christmas movie of all time. We watch that. It's on a just repeat on Christmas Eve on one of the channels. They just start. It starts like at 6 o'clock, and they just play it back to back to back all the way through till for 24 hours. 6 o'clock the next day. And so I'll watch it probably 6 or 7 times. I love that movie. But we watched a couple different Christmas movies last year. My mother-in-law is a big like Hallmark channel Christmas movie person. So I'll probably watch a few cheesy Christmas movies with her. Nothing wrong with that. Love it. Absolutely. You absolutely. Well, that's I mean that makes the NHS even more awesome when, you know, it's tough. for people hearing stories over here, people basically, you know, getting into huge debt over having, and you can go to the emergency room and not pay anything. And, you know, it gets eaten up somehow. The hospital eats it, somehow is covered. But yeah, if you could go to the emergency room, um, if you need to, and not pay anything, somebody will end up paying for it. Happens all the time. It's a Wonderful Life. Yes. Yes. That that's a movie that's also on repeat on another channel. So it's like competing those two movies back to back to back. Miracle on 34th Street, another classic. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones. White Christmas is my mother-in-law's favorite, so we'll definitely watch that one. So it's a good one. Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye, I believe. It's not Christmas until he has heard the two songs by Slade and Roy Wood. Wizard. I'm not familiar with those. Like Slade the band? Oh yeah. Yeah, you watch a movie long enough, you know the words. Like I can almost recite Christmas Story. I've seen it so much. Hey Trev, thanks for coming by. Slade, I think I've heard a few of their songs. Um I'm trying to think what song. Are they the ones who originally did what's it called? Dang it. I can't remember. I don't want to sit and waste time. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, I think I've heard a few of their songs. Let's see here. It's the Shawshank Redemption. That is in my top 5 movies of all time. Easily. That movie, w- it's an interesting movie to watch at Christmas time, if that's what you're talking about, Carol. That's the movie you always seem to watch. But I, I'll watch that movie every time I see it on TV, though, for sure. That movie's great. And that movie came out, of course, when it came out, I was just actually reading about that. It's so weird. I was just reading a little article about things about Shawshank Redemption. That, of course, it was like a big flop. It's considered a flop because it didn't do well at the box office. And, um, but it was nominated for some Oscars. Can't remember what, but it was definitely nominated, I think, for Best Picture, and it lost to Forrest Gump. Now, Forrest Gump was a great movie, but I dare to say Shawshank Redemption probably should have won Best Picture. That movie is so good. And it found its like, I don't want to say cult following, but a second life when it went to, at the time, VHS rental. Um, it found a second life and became very popular. But yeah, Green Mile. Another great movie. Sure. You like Stephen King, sounds like. Shawshank Redemption was a Stephen King short story, and Green Mile, also Stephen King. Great movie, too. Green Mile was a great movie. Oh, Daniel. Well, I'll be praying for you, buddy, for sure. That's awful. So you had a other test. You've already had a test. Is that what you're saying that so far it's okay? Yeah. Sending you good thoughts for sure. S- s- Carol, how does one become a Stephen King or any other author uh, a groupie? You just were a big fan. Yeah, he's he's really good. Um, Forrest Gump is a bit too American. Well, yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it. You have to suspend a lot of, belief here, um, reality. Suspend a lot of reality for Forrest Gump to work, and I do. And I love the movie. Don't get me wrong, I love the movie. Um, but I can see why you would say it's a bit too American. Um, I get that. Shawshank was amazing, and they both had really good messages. I thought, feel good, sad at times. They're both really good movies. I just thought Shawshank was the better film and probably should have won Best Picture. But what do I know? You like what you like. Yeah. Well, like I said, Daniel, we'll be thinking of you, sending you all the best. Air Force One. Um, Speaking of Jack Ryan, if you like, have you seen the new Jack Ryan series, newish Jack Ryan series with John Krasinski on Amazon? If you haven't, it's good. It's good. Air Force One, though, that was a good movie. Patriot Games was good. Clear and Present Danger. I'm trying to think of. I know I've seen it, but it's been a while. And While You Were Sleeping. Okay. Okay. That's true. Well, you were obviously a big reader, Carol, back in the day. Uh, so you get. I think I wouldn't call myself a groupie per se, but I did enjoy. Um, um, I was really into. God, what the say? I can't even remember the author's name. Um, Old Western author. He's long since passed, but I gotten the books from my dad, who gotten them from his dad. Kind of passed down, and I just fell in love with his little short stories. I can't think of his name right now. Huh. Yeah, I can't remember the author's name, but he did. He's a legend of the old west, right? Author. Anyway, moving on. I just watched Cross on Amazon. I started it, and speaking of author and book, that was James Patterson is who. And in fact, uh, I think I've listened to most of the Cross books on audiobook. Um, I was really into those. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely give it a shot. I think I started. I think I've watched a couple minutes in, but I had to go. So we'll see how it goes. I like the actor who's Aldous Hodge, who's playing him. It's going to be a lot more gritty, I think. By the From what I've seen, you like Reacher, yeah, those are fun. It's a fun series. That's right, Daniel. Amen. Yeah, it's good. JJ, it's good. And of course, if you grew up watching Harrison Ford as Jack Ryan, like I did, like you have, it may take a minute to to get used to John Krasinski, but I think he does an amazing job at it. It's good. So yes, definitely recommend. No, it was not Zane Grey, and I'm gonna look it up here because it's gonna drive me crazy if uh, uh, Western author Louis L'Amour. Thank you, Louis L'Amour. How do I forget Louis L'Amour? I don't know, but yes, Louis L'Amour. He was awesome. I just love it. Yeah, that was interesting. That's the part I saw, and then I had to go. I was watching it at work. So, which I'll have some time next week, considering it's a short week. So, a lot of things aren't going to be happening. So, I'll probably be spending a lot of days just Monday and Tuesday watching Netflix and Amazon and stuff. I love it. Yeah. I was never a big reader. Now, I love listening to someone else read it to me. Love it. Love audiobooks. Time is just flying by. It's already been over an hour. You guys still good for a little bit longer? I can't go past 9:30 my time, so I have about 15 more minutes if you guys are up for it. Very cool. Always count on you, Elsie. Thank you. Um, One of the cool things that we're doing this weekend or next weekend is when my son comes in for Thanksgiving, we are going to do family photos again, and that'll be also our Christmas card. It's kind of a thing. You take a family photo and or a photo of your kids, and that's you send that out as a Christmas card. So I'll have our Christmas card here in a few weeks. So if anybody wants one, hit me up. I'll send it to you through email, and you can hang it on your fridge, which is what most people do. Yeah, my eyesight's not great either, Carol. I can't read anything without these dumb things, and it just seems like it's getting worse. But I am taking these to help. It's eye vitamins, and hopefully it'll uh, stave off any issues down the line. Okay, you got it. Yeah, just I'll let you know when I have them available. And this year we're doing it in, and we take them in different locations. Like we've gone down to the beach, of course. We've gone up in the mountains and done it in the snow. We've done it at Griffith Park Observatory in LA. We've had these done. We try to come up with different places. This year, we're going up to Santa Barbara, and we're going to do it on their pier that they have up there. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. BBC used to have a program on the radio called A Book at Bedtime on a Sunday. They used to dramatize books hourly. Oh, cool. Oh, interesting. Carol. Okay. Yeah, that is Daniel, just reading your comment here. It's weird how some people gravitate to books. Of course, none of my sons read, but my nieces, huge readers, huge. So it's just interesting who gravitates to reading and books and stuff like that. I wasn't a big reader, but my brother was. Um, my dad was a big reader. I mean, and my mom as well. I just wasn't. And maybe it's just your surroundings at the time. That's what you did was read. You didn't watch TV. You read. I watched TV. Yeah. It's hard to read papers, newspapers. I haven't read a newspaper in years, but yeah, I'm just accustomed to reading now on the screen, which isn't great for the eyes, always staring into a screen anyway, but there you have it. You invested in a gadget. That just what keeps the book open, like a stand. That's good. Hey, if it works, awesome. Cuddly Floof, thank you for coming. Rural southern Scotland. Awesome. Oh, your father was a D-Day vet. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's the remembrance, and I say it all the time. is one of the greatest things I'd ever seen. It just moves me. I've always been a big supporter of and to honor vets and people who serve in the military. So it was kind of a natural thing for me to see, and I actually should thank all of you for introducing me to that, because watching the Remembrance Festival and the Sunday after, oh my gosh, it was one of the best things I'd ever seen. It just gave me so much. Um, uh, it moved me. Let me just say, it just moved me seeing how you all honor and respect um, those people. Just talking about it really puts me in a different mood because it's just an amazing thing. So I actually thank you for showing me that, introducing me to it. It's amazing. But thank you for your comment. Thank you. I appreciate it. Wow. D-Day veteran off Utah Beach aboard HMS Enterprise. That's awesome. Well, much respect to um, your father and to your whole family, because it's just it's interesting. It's hard to since where am I going with this? It's hard to kind of just realize how the war affects, seems like, everyone in the UK. At one point or another, someone had a family member. Here, it's like you can go and meet many people who didn't have any family members that served back then. Now, we of course we're talking 380 million people, so that makes a little more sense when you say it like that. But it's just how each family has a story, has a hero in their family, who who's gone through it. It's amazing. So, which in turns, I think, why what makes the Remembrance Weekend so special. Thank you, JJ. It's nice. I will watch that every year. Of course, it doesn't have the same uh, effect on me, even though I still get emotional when I watch the festival and the March Past, seeing the men and women who actually do the, and I discussed it, and we don't need to get into it here, but um, the very first time you see it's like it puts you just back in your chair. You're just like, wow. Um, so I'm definitely going to see it, watch it if I can every year. It's obviously I would love to see it in person, um, to actually see the whole thing would just be incredible. So I'll be watching it again next year as well. The feel of a real book. It's tangible having it in your hands. I get it. I totally get it. The library, it's a dying venture here in the States, at least. I mean, there's still, thank you. Um, and, um, you know, how they get funded, it's generally not a lot. So you see libraries closing all the time, and it's a shame. Exactly, Catherine. And it's so emotional that, again, I'm just grateful that you all allow me to be a part of it in my own little way. Being able to see it, has definitely been, an amazing experience for me. Um, so I'm actually really grateful to all of you for introducing me to the whole thing. It's incredible. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, it's weird to say I enjoy watching there. It just doesn't sound right, but I do. I enjoy it because it like I mentioned in the at the time when we watched it, it allows me to kind of step out of myself. That whole weekend allows me to kind of get out of my own mess and, be able to, um, respect and you know be moved. Just the whole thing talking about it gets you to that point anyway. Oh, well, I do have an address. Thank you. Um, I do have an address. Oh, the easiest way to get my address is to go to, my channel. Um, but can I type it in here? What if I can? Oh, I think I can. Here, I'll put it in the, chat here. Let's see here. 502 Amherst Street, Ventura, California 93003. Hey, there it goes. All right. 5572 Amherst Street, Ventura, California 93003. Um, you are more than welcome to send anything, but it is not necessary to be a part of our family here. So just know that. But I cherish whatever is sent. Isn't that right, Carol? I love it. It's nice. Nice seeing stuff. It is. Not gonna lie. Wish I could send you all stuff. I asked that question, Daniel. I get why they're not. Um, that it's, what I mean, they could have, there was that one old photo, um, of an looked like an American regiment marching past the cenotaph. For my own selfish reasons, of course, I would love to see that, but I get why they don't. But it'd be cool. Hmm. Yeah, when you think about it, it's like, how could doors be so close to each other. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. You can use the PO box. That's my actual home address. So if you wanted to send it to my home, yeah, let me give you the PO box. I totally forgot I even had a PO box, but yeah, it is PO box. What is the PO box number? So I'm gonna have to look. I don't even remember what my PO box is. It's sad. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. No, 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 no. Hold tight. Okay. There's the PO box. So yeah, I do have a PO box, which is actually probably better to use the PO box because if it's a package and it doesn't fit in my mailbox, they'll hold on to it. So it's probably better to use the PO box, but you now have my home address as well. So you can Google Earth me and I can wave to you. It's just my humble little house. Nothing to really from Google Earth, really nothing to see either. We got a small little place, but it's ours and we love it. All right, so thank you, Catherine. I had heard 10,000. I thought, wow, that's a lot. But as someone else had mentioned too, and now that you've confirmed it, it's limited to 10,000. So what's the process? You have to like sign up. Um, obviously, they have you, it's limited to only certain people, of course. Um, so yeah, I get why they have a limitation too on the number because if 20,000 were there, the thing would, I mean, it's crazy. But just the fact that 10,000 people every year, that's amazing. Amazing. Yeah, Carol, I recommend the P.O. box. Yeah, I typed my home address going, yeah, you can send it to the house. But then I'm like, oh, but if it's a package, yeah, you don't want anybody taking, that's a thing. Porch pirates, yes. So probably better to use the P.O. box. And thank you, Cuddly. I appreciate it. It's very nice. Um, yeah, JJ, absolutely that man's and I was as I was thinking while watching it, I'm sure there are others who would do the same thing. I don't think it's unique to this gentleman, but it's just kind of symbolizes that whole day. You have this guy who cannot walk, and he's at the very end, and it looks, a lot of people. I'm glad some people stay. You can hear in the video people clapping and so on. But what's amazing is, the current enlisted soldiers standing there at attention. The band still playing, and this one guy with the help of a couple of people, getting up out of the chair, excuse me, and using that thing to actually walk past the set. Oh, yeah, emotional for sure. Pretty. That was really cool. My dad's ship was full of American boys, and it broke him badly. They nearly grounded the ship, bombing the gunning. Like, oh wow, wow, wow. That's That's cool. Cool that he was a telegrapher. Morse code, Morse coding. That's just the that I think to be able to understand that is pretty cool. Mm. Thank you, uh, Kelly. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, you can easily, if you wanted my home address, you can easily find it on the internet. It's not. Elsie says I should delete my home address. Okay, I can do that. And there it goes. So use the PO box. If you send a letter, you could have used the home address as well. Great Uncle John, France, 1987, and Uncle here, Dunkirk, and I both aged 20. Gosh, 70 miles in 22 years. Huh. Right, Catherine, the Royal British Legion. And they do a tremendous job, by the way. I mean, it must be, I'm sure now they've done it so much that it becomes almost secondary, uh, se- uh, you know, second nature to them to run this event. It still takes a village, right, to be able to pull it off each year. So it's pretty amazing um, that it goes off without a hitch. It's amazing. I try to get trying to get my son to watch it one time with me. One of these years, I gotta get him to just show him. I think it's something he needs to see. Yes, it was pretty amazing. Yeah, I was supposed to leave at 9:30, and here it is already 7 or 7 minutes past that. Hmm. Well, we're going to go ahead and finish up today. I want to thank you, Cuddly. Thank you. I just read your last post there. That's awesome. Much respect to your father, um, and to all of you who have family. I mean, it's remarkable, and I just thank all of you for allowing me to be a part of your lives. Okay, um, just want to put that out there. I'm blessed. I'm the one who's blessed here. Okay. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Cuddly, please come back next time. We do this once a month. Okay. Um, everybody have a great day. Um, have a great week. Um, yeah. And we'll see you soon. Okay. Take care, everyone. All right. Bye.